Do you want to make steady progress in your personal finances, in your financial life? Well, one way to do that is make sure you update your personal balance sheet. I'm going to give you 3 tips to help you do that and more coming up. My name is Mike Bernard. I'm the host of the Wise Money Show. I'm also one of the certified financial planners right here at Korhorn Financial Group. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, turn on notifications, and smash that thumbs up button. All right, are you trying to make slow and steady progress in your finances? Well, fast and steady progress. I think we'd all like that as well. But that typically it's about habits, and consistently doing the right things over time helps the majority of us. Set aside the Jeff Bezos and Elon Musk and that sort of stuff. That helps the rest of us achieve financial independence and financial freedom. So one of those habits that I do around this time of year, every year, and we do for our clients about this time as well, is update their personal balance sheet. Now that sounds extremely geeky, but your personal balance sheet, think of it like a business. A business has a balance sheet, and that business is going to add up how much money they've got sitting in cash in the checking account, how much other savings accounts they have, how much inventory they have, how much other assets they have. They add up all of their assets. And then they look and they add up all of their liabilities. So how much they owe on a line of credit, how much other debt they have out there. They add up all their liabilities, and then that determines how much equity they have. And so they're looking at that overall balance sheet. Okay. Personally, you should do that as well. Your personal balance sheet's the same thing. You might call it a net worth report. That's fine as well. They're interchangeable, but you should add up all the amount of money that you have in cash, okay? All of the other assets that you have, so retirement savings, physical property, so houses and that sort of stuff, and other personal property like vehicles. So add up all of your assets, and then also tally up all the debts that you have as well. Liabilities, your mortgage, the car loans, student loans if you have those, credit card bills, that sort of stuff. Tally all of that up as well so that it's clear. You can see where you're at financially. So that's the what and that's the why. That clarity of, kind of seeing everything, your entire financial life on one sheet of paper can really do a couple of things for you. Number one, it can sort of illustrate or demonstrate some opportunities to make some improvements. Okay, so this might reveal that, I actually have a little bit more cash that I could actually pay down one of these liabilities that has X percentage rate of interest or something like that. It might reveal that, wow, I thought I was further along in building my net worth. I thought I was further along in building up dollars for the college account for the kids, that sort of stuff. I thought we had more equity in the house, those sorts of things. So seeing your entire financial life all on one sheet can illustrate, you can see some planning opportunities. But the other thing that it does is it provides a measuring stick, not a boastful, well, look at how much how much money I've got saved up, but comparing where you are today to where you were previously and where you want to go. I'm a believer in the idea that you shouldn't compare yourself, especially financially, to others. That doesn't help you. That only robs you of your joy, makes you envious, okay? But instead, I would compare who you are financially today to who you were financially yesterday, or better said, a year ago or a couple of years ago, as well as compare yourself today to where you want to be. And that allows you to live intentionally, make intentional progress in your finances. So therefore, I'm a big believer in updating this personal balance sheet or your net worth statement, as geeky as that sounds. And again, not for a prideful reason, but just to have clarity. So if this is something that you haven't done in the past, let me give you 3 tips to help you update and keep current your personal balance sheet. Number 1 is I would include your entire financial life. I would have a full scope. Again, this is part of the value, is that your finances are so, intangible. You just can't touch them. You can't, people don't carry around cash. You barely get statements anymore. And it's so vast. You've got money in different accounts. You owe different liabilities. It's just all spread out. So get all of your financial life onto one sheet of paper so that you can fully see where everything stands. And so yes, if you're newly married, yes, your spouse's debt, right? If you've been married for a long time, yes, that bank account that you don't want your spouse to know about. And right, those are some skeletons in your closet you need to kind of work out with your CFP, but put it all on there. Yeah, that credit card that you have regrets over and you wish wasn't there. Yes, that 401k that you feel like you should be further along and should have contributed more to. I mean, I think part of the reason why we don't do this is there's some regret and there's some pain and there's some, I wish things were better. Guys, set that emotion aside, because that's not going to help you make steady progress to become the person financially that you want to be. So clear the decks. Put everything on that balance sheet, all of your savings accounts. Yes, even the ones that, well, I had to put $5 in this account in order to have, get a lower interest rate on my mortgage. Yes, put that account on there so it's perfectly clear. So you add up and you list all of your cash accounts, all of your retirement accounts, all of your other kind of investment savings, all of your property and personal property. List it all on there. And then yes, all your mortgage, your car loan, all of your student loans if you have them, and all of your credit cards. Put your entire financial life on there. Add up all of the assets, add up all the liabilities, subtract the liabilities from those assets, and that gets you your overall net worth. That's what you want to have on that your personal balance sheet. Okay, put it all on there. For liabilities, I like to put the interest rate right there in the Capital One credit card. Put the interest rate on there and any other details, right? If it's a car loan, put the interest rate on there and the month that it's supposed to be paid off. So you've got that clarity, that visibility. Doing this will, again, you'll see opportunities working with your certified financial planner. You and your spouse will have more clarity over where you stand. If something happens to you, the folks that are there to help out will have clarity as to where you stand financially. So tip number one is put your entire financial life on that personal balance sheet. Don't exclude any items. Don't think, well, I don't really view this as our money or whatever. Put it all on that personal balance sheet. Second tip is I would update it around the beginning of the year. Around the beginning of the year, I wouldn't randomly update it at chaotic times or at different times. I personally like, and we used to do this at KFG, where we would update it at the beginning of the year for everyone. Right now, we are using a system that has it constantly updated for everyone, but we typically, anything that doesn't automatically update, we manually do that, typically in the first quarter. Around the beginning of the year is a great time because, you're reflecting on, the previous year, but you're looking ahead to this current year. And as you're looking ahead, it's good to know where your starting point is. Where do you stand? So update it around the beginning of the year. Due to technology and there's lots of options or availability to have your personal balance sheet updated on a more regular basis or on an ongoing basis. For our clients that we serve at Korhorn Financial Group, we use a system that they connect, and yes, we have everything on their personal balance sheet, and then ideally it's all connected so it's updating in real time every day. And so every moment, not that you should go in and look at it every day, that would drive you crazy, but that your entire financial life is there on your personal balance sheet and the values are being updated so you continually know where you stand. Kevin Korhorn says this means your financial life is always decisionable. Opportunities come at you fast, changes come at you fast. And therefore, when all of a sudden you've got to make a decision, is your financial life decisionable? Do you have clarity over where things stand? And having it continually up to date is one of the ways that your financial life is decisionable. A recent example we had, a client who was just offered a buyout package with their business. Okay, it's an invitation to retire sooner than what they planned. Well, you've got to update your finances and make a quick decision. I think they were offered this on Tuesday. They had to communicate their answer by Friday. That's not a lot of time. Is your financial life decisionable? Make sure you update that personal balance sheet on an ongoing basis or at least around the beginning of the year. And then finally, especially if you have it so that your personal balance sheet is updated on a continual basis, check into it once a year. Check into it once a year. And I would not say check into it every single day, because that gets you really focused on the short term of the stock market, and that's going to lead your emotions to possibly coerce you to making some emotional changes in your investments or in your finances. But if you look at it once a year, then you're better able to compare yourself to who you were a year ago or a couple years ago. So ideally, you've got it set up where you can compare where you stand financially today to a year ago, to 2 years ago, to 3 years ago, to 4 years ago, and you can see the steady progress that you're making. This helps with our perspective of, yeah, at all times, I'm managing my budget, I'm trying to make financial progress, my investments are going up and down, and at times that grind can feel like you're not making progress in your finances. But if you take a look at least once a year and compare your finances today to where they were a year ago or 5 years ago or 10 years ago, you can see the steady progress that you're making. And that gives you encouragement to stay on the track, keep doing what you, that sort of the discipline, the habitual things that allowed you to make progress so that you can continue to make the progress moving forward. So updating your personal balance sheet. This is an important habit, an important discipline around this time of year that I encourage you to do. And if that sounds so geeky, you would never ever do that and you don't want to do that, your certified financial planner should be doing that. Work with them to make sure that you're looking at your personal financial statement, your personal balance sheet, that everything's updated and that you're comparing that to where you were in the past to ensure that you are making progress. Work with your CFP on that. If you don't have a CFP on your team, you can contact one on my team. Find us online, Korhorn.com. That's Korhorn with K, wisemoneyshow.com. You can find us there as well, or give us a call, 574-247-5898. All right, there you have it. Go out and take your next wise step in your financial life.